Here, everyone knows your voice and you can make anything sound really hot. Okay, so you have these with a bit of a poor boy from Malaga, Spain, who used to want to be a soccer player but is now a Latin star that captivates the world. Antonio Banderas overcame injuries, arrests, and early days in Hollywood when he didn't know a word of English to become the shining light of an international icon with roles like Zoro. This charming gentleman has not only conquered the silver screen, but he is also known for his spotless personal life and excellent role as a father. But behind the glamour is a journey full of hardship that began in. Antonio Banderas overcame seemingly insurmountable problems in Hollywood, including failed relationships and the pressures of fame. His journey is not only a story of strength and love, but it also holds surprises that have never been told before. Watch this video to learn more about the inspiring story and hidden truths behind the extraordinary life of Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas was born on August 10, 1960, in Malaga, Spain, into a modest working-class family. His father was a police officer in the Civil Guard and his mother was an elementary school teacher. Antonio's childhood was deeply affected by his parents' jobs. As a child, Antonio had a burning desire to play soccer professionally. But when he was 14, he suffered a serious injury that ended his career. The void left by his broken dream led Antonio to look for a new passion, which he found in the theater. The turning point came when he saw a performance of Hair, a bold and colorful production with powerful messages of personal freedom, peace, and love during a turbulent time. That's when he realized the immense power of the performing arts and how the stage could carry out daring ideas and touch people's deepest emotions. Was drawn to the life and energy of acting, music, and the powerful stories that the arts could tell. He was determined to become a theater actor, but he had to deal with many problems under Franco's rule. His heart was heavily censored, and the plays he performed, which often had themes of rebellion and freedom, got him in trouble with the law. He spent several nights in police custody, but Antonio didn't give up. Instead, he used these problems as motivation to keep going. For him, the stage wasn't just a place to perform, it was a sanctuary where he found freedom for his soul and a new way to redefine himself. Banderas took the brave decision to leave Malaga in search of better opportunities in Madrid. There he joined the Spanish National Theater, where his talent and dedication quickly set him apart. It was while he was performing at the theater that Pedro Almodóvar, one of Spain's most innovative and controversial filmmakers, noticed him. Almodóvar was a leader in the new wave of Spanish cinema that came about after Franco's regime, and his films often explored controversial topics like sexuality, women's rights, and personal liberation that were seen as taboo at the time. His films were known for their surreal style, bright colors, and creative ideas. Almodóvar was praised and criticized for his unapologetic and daring approach to storytelling. His unique artistic vision made it difficult but also possible for Antonio Banderas to reach his full potential. In 1982, Almodóvar gave Banderas his first film role in Labyrinth of Passion, a bold and surreal sex comedy. This role was the start of a successful working relationship between the two throughout the 1980s. In 1987, Banderas got attention for his role as a gay man in Law of Desire, a groundbreaking movie that had the first male-on-male kiss in Spanish cinema for a young actor at the time. At the time, this was a risky and difficult choice, but Banderas's bravery in taking the part cemented his reputation in the film industry. Banderas continued to work with Almodóvar on projects like Matador, 1986, and Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, 1988. Vincent Canby of the New York Times praised Banderas's seriousness and confidence in Matador, which also had an excellent cast. The Washington Post called Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown a glamorous delight, highlighting Banderas's warm performance. In 1989's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, Banderas played a psychiatric patient who kidnaps a porn star to get her to love him back. This role not only showed how versatile he was as an actor, but it also helped him get into Hollywood. In 1992, Banderas made his international film debut in The Mambo Kings. Even though he didn't know a word of English, he had to learn his lines phonetically to deliver his performance, but his emotionally charged performance captivated audiences around the world and marked the start of a stellar career. Antonio Banderas' career in Hollywood was built on his work with Pedro Almodovar, who made him a symbol of Spanish cinema and paved the way for him to conquer audiences around the world. After a rough start in Hollywood, Banderas quickly solidified his position with a series of standout roles that made him an international icon. In 1993, he became famous for his role as the lover of a lawyer with AIDS played by Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. The movie was a landmark in American cinema and showed how Banderas could play deeply complex and varied characters. Soon after, he continued to shine in Interview with the Vampire, 1994, co-starring with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. But it was his role as Che, the emotionally charged narrator opposite Madama in Aita, 1996, that really made him famous around the world. It was the highlight of his career when he played Zoro in The Mask of Zorro, 1998, combining strength, charm, and amazing swordsmanship. Banderas changed the legendary hero for a modern audience, even though he wasn't the first Spanish actor to play Zorro. Joe Suarez and Joe Suarez were the first two actors to play the role. Carlos Cuán had played the role before Banderas, but Banderas brought a special energy and charisma to it that made him the definitive Zorro for modern audiences. To prepare for the role, he trained hard, learning to fence with Spain's Olympic team and ride a horse for several months. In 1999, Banderas made his directorial debut with Crazy in Alabama, which starred his then-wife Melanie Griffith and received critical acclaim. The film also showed Banderas' many talents beyond acting and directing. He also became involved in film production, with movies like Altamira showing his artistic vision and unwavering love for movies. His success was shown not only by the praise of his fans but also by many prestigious awards. He won Best Actor at the Cannes Film Festival and was nominated for multiple Golden Globes, Emmys, and Tony Awards. These awards were a testament to his unwavering commitment to the arts. Along with his acting skills, Banderas became famous for his undeniable charm. In 1995, Empire magazine named him one of the 100 sexiest stars in film history, at number 24. The next year, People magazine named him one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. Before becoming famous around the world, Antonio Banderas' personal life had its ups and downs. Before he became a movie star, he married Anna L.A., an actress and English teacher. They got married in 1987 at the San Nicolas Church in Madrid, with close friends like director Pedro Almodovar and actress Carmen Maé in attendance. This marriage was not only a romantic one, but also a foundation that helped Antonio take his first steps into Hollywood. Anna, Louisiana was an important part of Antonio's early days in Hollywood when he was starting out. He was having trouble with auditions because he didn't speak English. Was more than a wife, she was a mentor who helped him learn a new language and culture. She also helped him with scripts, translated dialogues, and even acted as a language coach to make sure Antonio could show emotion and meaning in every line. Her quiet but important contributions set the stage for his gradual rise in Hollywood. However, they didn't stay married for long. They divorced in 1996, reportedly because of Antonio's growing relationship with American actress Melanie Griffith. They lost a lot of money because they had to pay a $3 million settlement and split royalties from movies they made together. This caused a lot of controversy because Antonio and Anna were once seen as a strong couple, with Anna being a big help to Antonio's early career. Even though Antonio and Melanie went on to marry and spend almost 20 years together, the start of their relationship raised questions about loyalty and the personal sacrifices that come with being famous. Does love and success always come with hard choices? The answer is still unknown. If love is a destined journey, Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith's story is. Antonio first saw Melanie at the Oscars in 1989. She was wearing a cream-colored gown with pearls that made him think, "This is the woman I want to meet." 6 years later, they worked together on Too Much, 1995. At first, Antonio thought his feelings were just temporary and a side effect of playing his part. But over time, he realized he had really fallen in love with her. As their relationship grew, both Antonio and Melanie had to make hard choices. Melanie divorced Don Johnson, with whom she had a daughter named Dakota Johnson, and Antonio ended his marriage too. Antonio and Melanie got married in May 1996, while Melanie was 5 months pregnant. That September, they had their daughter Stella, which was a happy beginning to a new chapter in their lives and careers as partners in art and life. They worked together on the movie Crazy in Alabama, 1999. Antonio directed it. Melanie played the lead role, and both Stella and Dakota are in it, making it a family affair. In their early years together, Antonio and Melanie were able to balance their busy Hollywood schedules with a family life in Spain. Their beachfront home in Mara became a haven away from the stresses of show business, offering warmth and comfort. Their home was where they could enjoy simple moments together, like dinners on the terrace with a view of the sea or sunny summer days full of their kids' laughter. Antonio often said that the house was the heart of their family, a place where they could forget about the glitz of Hollywood and live as a close-knit, normal family. But their marriage had a lot of problems. In 2000, Melanie Griffith's knee injury made her dependent on painkillers, which made her alcoholism worse and put a lot of stress on their relationship. Antonio, as a devoted husband, was there for her through these hard times, helping her get better and encouraging her to fight back. However, he was honest about how close he was to losing it, and he might have left if Melanie hadn't tried to change. Despite the problems, the couple stayed deeply connected in art and in life. In 2002, they were given the Stella Adler Angel Award for their charitable work. The next year, both of them tried their hand at Broadway. Antonio wowed audiences with Nine, while Melanie received praise for her performance as Roxy Hart in Chicago. During their 18 years together, Antonio and Melanie were both Hollywood stars and a great family. They loved spending time at their home in Spain, which became a place where family members could bond and make memories. Even though they were one of Hollywood's power couples, their marriage wasn't always smooth. Rumors of Antonio's affair with a young model caused a media frenzy, but they were never confirmed. The rumors hurt Melanie a lot. In an interview after their divorce, Melanie said that the real reason for. In 2014, they announced their divorce, saying they couldn't get along anymore. Melanie had been feeling trapped and tense in the marriage for years, which made her feel neither free nor happy in the relationship. In addition, she was diagnosed with epilepsy in 2011, which doctors said was mostly caused by long-term stress. Surprisingly, the separation helped Melanie find balance in her life and greatly improved her health. Despite their split, Antonio and Melanie maintained a respectful and warm relationship. He made it clear that Melanie, her children, including Dakota, would always be his family. He said, "I will love her until the end of my life. Melanie is my best friend." Even after they got divorced, Melanie Griffith continued to project an image of strength and bravery. In 2020, she gained attention by posting a photo of herself in pink lingerie on Instagram, which got thousands of likes and positive comments. She kept her looks and body young by doing yoga regularly, eating well, and staying POS positive during her happy years with Antonio. Banderas, Melanie, had his name tattooed on her right arm inside a heart as a romantic symbol of their love. After they got divorced in 2015, she decided to get rid of the tattoo, not out of regret or anger, but as a way to close an important chapter and start a new journey. Despite her ups and downs, Melanie continues to shine with confidence and allure, earning admiration around the world for her strength and inspiring spirit. One interesting thing about Antonio's second marriage was that he became Dakota Johnson's stepfather. Even though he wasn't Dakota's biological father, he treated her like his own and formed a close relationship with her. Antonio formed a loving, close relationship with Dakota and her brother Alexander as soon as he came into their lives. He created a stable environment that helped Dakota and Alexander deal with the instability of moving between divorced parents. Antonio's love and dedication completely changed their lives. Dakota had a hard childhood full of boarding school and bullying. She found in Antonio a second father who was understanding and caring. He encouraged her to finish school before becoming an actress and fully supported her career. She affectionately called him Poppy Dad and called him the. Antonio's close relationship with Dakota and Alexander remained strong even after his divorce from Melanie in 2015. Both Dakota and Alexander said that their father-child relationship was not affected by Antonio's divorce from Melanie. The nickname Polio, which is a mix of Papa and Antonio that Dakota gave him, has become a symbol of the success of their blended family. This closeness was clearly shown when Antonio received the Hollywood Actor Award for Pain and Glory. In an emotional speech, Dakota Johnson shed tears as she thanked Antonio. She said, "Changed her life forever." Antonio responded by giving the award to Dakota and Stella and saying, "You have no idea how much I love you." Antonio has often said that love and connection are not limited to biological relationships. He thinks that opening one's heart and welcoming others into one's life is a way to create more love and meaning. The special bond between Antonio and Dakota is proof that family is not only defined by blood, but by love, sharing, and devotion. As Antonio Banderas got older, he had serious health problems. In 2009, he had surgery to remove a benign tumor from his back. This was the start of his journey through health trials. But the most life-changing event was when he had a heart attack on January 26, 2017. Banderas stressed that the heart attack wasn't serious and didn't do any damage, but he still had to have surgery to place 3 stents in his coronary artery. In an interview with Fresh Air in 2019, Antonio talked about this event as a major turning point in his life and said that it was one of the best things that ever happened to him. He said, "What really matters in life, what brings me closer to my family, my art, and the meaning of existence became clear to me after my near-death experience." In 2020, Antonio faced another health challenge when he tested positive for COVID-19. He had to stay home and recover. But he stayed positive, seeing it as a chance to reflect on himself and gain a deeper understanding of the values that were important to him. From a struggling actor trying to find his place in Hollywood to a global icon, Antonio Banderas has left a profound legacy in many fields. Antonio was a loving father who helped Dakota Johnson get through a rough childhood and become a successful independent actress. But Antonio's inspiration went beyond his family. He brought his passion to the world stage by opening the Teatro del Soho in Malaga, which helped build a thriving arts culture in his home country. Antonio created not only a stage for young actors, but also a unique artistic space that nurtures talent and passion. This theater is more than just a venue. It represents the coming together of tradition and modernity. It's a bridge between a global vision and a beyond the arts. Antonio has shown that he is an entrepreneur. His Banderas winery is one of his most famous businesses. It not only makes high-quality wines, but it's also a cultural destination that draws thousands of visitors every year. Along with his success in fragrances, fashion, and restaurants, Antonio has built a personal brand that is associated. These traits have defined his career on the international stage. Antonio Banderas is an unmistakable symbol of Spanish culture. From his iconic roles to his charitable work, he always lives up to the spirit of his home country. Antonio Banderas is known not only as a global artistic icon, but also as a man who lives a luxurious but meaningful life. His estimated net worth of $60 million comes from his acting career, business ventures, and an impressive real estate portfolio. His contributions have made an impact that goes far beyond the silver screen, making him one of the most important figures in Spanish arts and culture. The legacy Antonio has built is not only a testament to his success, but also a source of inspiration for those who dare to dream and work tirelessly to make those dreams come true. Antonio has a lot of valuable properties all over the world. When he was married to Melanie Griffith, he bought a $7,300 square foot vacation villa in Aspen, Colorado, with outdoor fireplaces, a hot tub, and beautiful views of the mountains for $5 million. He sold the villa for $4 million after they got divorced. Antonio also owns a modern home in Zoro, England, and a penthouse in Malaga, Spain, which he lives in and uses as his long-term base. He sold a Los Angeles villa to Netflix's CEO for $16 million, $1 million, and still has a beautiful. Antonio's car collection includes common models like the Ford Mondo and Audi Q8, as well as iconic supercars like the $240,000 Bentley Continental GTC, the $570,000 Ford GT, and a rare classic Mercedes BN 300 SL worth about $1 million. Antonio also likes taking expensive vacations on lay yachts. He has rented yachts like Angels and Demons for $24,000 a week and the five-star class super yacht Lady E for up to $556,000 a week. He often goes on these trips with his girlfriend Nicole Simple, who has been with him for a long time. Antonio has been with his girlfriend since his heart attack in 2017. He is an expert on expensive watches and owns the Mont Blanc Time Walker 3500 and the Bulgari Octaheme 1500 Zero. Because he travels so much, he has bought private jets like a Bombardier Learjet 60 worth $2 million and a Gulfstream G200 worth $4 million. Antonio is a successful businessman who owns a lot of things, including a line of perfumes, a fashion brand called Antonio Banderas Design, food chains in Spain, and the Theater del Soho in Malaga. He trains and inspires the next generation of actors. Most importantly, Antonio keeps his life in balance by focusing on health and charity. After his heart attack in 2017, he changed his lifestyle to include yoga, healthy eating, and active participation in community projects. For Antonio, now is not just about enjoying the fruits of his labor, but also about giving back to society and continuing to pursue his passion for the arts. Antonio Banderas is an example of a well-rounded artist who always aims for greatness and leaves a lasting legacy. From a young boy in Malaga who wanted to play soccer to a Hollywood star, Antonio Banderas has left his mark not only through iconic roles, but also through his unwavering commitment to both his career and his family. His journey is a powerful example of how success isn't just based on talent, but on sticking with something even when things get hard. What part of Antonio's story spoke to you the most? Was it his unwavering strength in the face of health problems, or his sense of duty to his family and community? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our station for more amazing Hollywood stories. See you in the